Hi friends, it's Julie Golding-Page, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in St. Stephen, New Brunswick, Canada, along the tidal Scoodic or St. Croix River, the traditional territory and home of the Passamaquoddy. And I'm grateful that they share this beautiful place with us. Today I have a card for you featuring some 50% off sales supplies. So that involves the stamp set that we're using, and also the punch that we're using. So I'm going to demonstrate this card for you, and I'll tell you about some other offers that there are right now as well. So let's just go right to it. So here's my card today. So it's going to be a cute one with "You're the Cherry" on top. And there's a fair bit of stamping in this, but not a lot of supplies. As you can see, it's mostly white cardstock and a little bit of colored cardstock here, and then a panel of black, but honestly, it's not a lot more than white cardstock. But before we get to that, I wanted to mention that I have some paper shares coming up, embellishment shares and ribbon shares. The link to those for the shares in the new catalog, where you can sample different products, so many different embellishments, many different ribbons, many different papers, without buying entire packs. The link for that is right in my post if you want to look at that. And I also have an in-color club for the new in-colors. Now I don't have my in-colors yet because I'm still waiting for my shipment. It's supposed to come today, but it didn't come in time for me to show you right now. But I'll show you what you get each month in the in-color club. It allows you to collect the in-color supplies on a budget because you get this kind of stuff for each color each month. So you'll get, this is actually not an in color, just to make that very clear. This is pumpkin pie. So that's an existing color. But every month you'll get, for the new in colors, you'll get an ink pad. You'll get 8 sheets of monochromatic white and in color paper. You'll get 4 card bases in that in colors cardstock, and you'll get a set of Stampin' Blends markers. And there's some options to buy some other things too if you want to and save a bit on shipping. So if you're interested in the in color club, please click through with the link that there is in this post. If you can't find it, just message me and I'd be glad to give that to you. So there's also some classes coming up. My online classes are available across Canada, and you can have a look at those as well. There's also a link to that right here in the post. And everything closes for registrations on the 28th of April because all the new stuff goes live the 1st of May. And so I want to make sure that I can get that in time for you. So here is our card that we're going to be doing today. Hi, Kathy. Welcome. Yeah, we're just going to be doing this lovely card with retiring supplies and 50% off supplies as well. So let's get right to it. And the first thing we're going to do is die cut this tag. So I'll show you the dies we're using. These ones happily are not retiring. They are the designer tags dies. And I really like them because they have these ornate and fancy elements to them. And they have this big tag that you can put ribbon through. And I really like that. I've done that many times, and I'm very happy they're not disappearing. So there's that tag, and I'm just going to grab my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And if you're looking to buy one of these little machines, make sure you get the limited edition boho blue one. So if you type in to the Stampin' Up! Store limited edition, it should come up with the boho blue version of this machine. It's actually $4 cheaper than the regular one. So why pay more? That's what I figured. Okay, so here is our piece of basic white cardstock. And I'm going to get all the little plates out for the machine here. We're going to just cut our tag. So this is the only die cutting you need to do for this card. And so it's going to be very straightforward and quick. Maybe I should show you how to do it if you haven't done it before. So you can see I've used my plates an awful lot. But they have the instructions right on them. So they say 1 plate number 1, there it is on the bottom. Then you need 2 plates number 2. So here's a 2, and here's another 2, much used and loved, as you can see. And then you're going to put the paper on next and sandwich the paper and the die in between the 2 plates that are numbered 2. Okay, and you'll want the die cutting side down. It's easy to tell which side that is. One will have a ridge on it. It's not sharp though. And the other side will be smooth. So the cutting side is the ridged side. The smooth side goes up. Okay, so we're going to put that right in there. And we're going to feed that through. I really like this machine. I know there's lots of them that you can get that are electric powered, but I like this little machine because it's just so simple. It just uses pressure and rollers and your hand to send everything through. There's nothing to plug in, and it's just really, really easy to use. Then it folds up, and you can take it on the go with you. I take mine to the cottage every year, and I really, really like that it's so light and so small to pack. So there's our little tag. Let's go ahead and we will use that next. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to stamp our sentiment. Now this is the sentiment from the Share and Milkshake dies. And these dies are not dies, sorry, stamp set. This stamp set is retiring very soon at the end of the month or whenever it sells out, whichever comes first. And it's 50% off right now. It's only $13, which is a steal for a really nice set like this. And we're going to just use our sentiment here. And if you're interested in placing an order with me today for $60 or more before tax, I would be happy to give you the pre-cut packets to make this card and 2 more. So it's a free card class. So the other 2 are ones that I already did on Facebook Live over the last 2 weeks. You can find them right in my blog post that you can click through to. Where it says learn more in the post, just click on that. It'll take you to my blog post, and I have links to the previous 2 cards as well. And I'll show them to you just in a minute as soon as I get this stamped. So you can see I'm really stamping this with a lot of ink. It's because this is the, not Tombow, this is the Tuxedo Black ink. And I find that it can come out a little bit on the light side if you don't really coat it up well. So I try to make sure that I get lots of ink on there. You can also get refills for it, and that will do the trick if you're finding that you are not getting a good result. Okay, so we're going to just hold that down firmly for several seconds. I like to count to 8 or 10, and then it gives the ink lots and lots of time to soak right into the paper and come off your stamp. Okay. And you can see, oh yeah, that's a really good image. Look at that. You can see that I've used this stamp a lot, and I've used it with reds and pinks, and so it's stained like that. But if you are getting this set or any set of photopolymer stamps and you're using them for the first time, I strongly suggest that you condition the stamps. And what I mean by that is just using your fingertips like this. It will take off that coating that comes on the stamp from the factory. And I was lucky to visit the factory in Utah last summer, and they told me what that coating was because I asked. And they said they wash the stamps after they make them, and the coating on them is dish soap. So it's nothing toxic, it won't hurt you, and you can get it off with your fingertips. Or if you find that you're still not getting a clear image after you've conditioned your stamps, use Versamark, and that will stick to the stamps and make it so that the ink that you're using will stick to the stamp even better. All right, so let's put this away. Now you can see from my set, I've used this set a lot, so I don't have to condition these ones. I've used them so many times. All right, so there we've got that one. And I was going to show you the other 2 cards. Yeah, so when you place your order of $60 or more with me in April, you'll get these packets to make these 3 cards. So you just add your stamps, your ink, and your adhesives, but I will give you all the supplies in the card. So all the paper stuff, everything will be pre-cut that needs to be die cut. And also you can go back and view these videos again and find out how to make the cards. So that's the full set right there with these 3 cards. So you get this waffle cone one, which is really cute. I love that waffle cone. And this one with the milkshake glass. And then this one that's doing a little bit of something different. And we are going to make that background. That is not a DSP with the cherries. That's actually made using the stamp set itself. So let's go right into that, and we will make that right now. I'm just going to put it over here to the side so we have lots of room. We're going to use Sweet Sorbet as our ink. Now this ink is one of the in colors from 2022 to 2024. So all 5 of those colors, Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, Starry Sky, and Orchid Oasis, are all retiring at the end of April, and they will no longer be available. So the Stampin' Right markers, which are 50% off right now, the Stampin' Blends alcohol markers, the cardstocks, all of the inks, everything, they're going to disappear. So if you need those, I'd suggest that you get them right away before they sell out. And they were still available except for the ink refills when I checked earlier today. So we are going to use this cute little cherry stamp. And I'm just going to put it on my block there, just kind of in the middle. And we're going to go ahead and stamp on our panel here. If you want the dimensions and the written instructions for this project, just click through where it says learn more, and I've got it all right there on my blog. I will post the video there later today too. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm just going to move this over so we can see it better. So we're just going to stamp this little cherry over and over and over on our paper. So it takes a little time, but I'm just going to rotate it every time. I'm going to try to rotate it differently there. And we're going to just keep going with it. And we're going to make our own DSP, essentially. So I'm stamping right over the edge there, as you can see. Okay, and we'll just keep going. It doesn't really matter what orientation you go with. It's just supposed to be kind of random. And when you've got all of these cherries together, it's going to look random anyway. So we're just going to keep doing that over and over again. So yeah, what is your favorite thing that is retiring? I know that for me, the punch that we're going to be using later here today in our card is one of my favorites. And I love this Share a Milkshake stamp set and dies. And there's lots of other things too, but there's great things coming out in the new catalog as well. Okay, I am just doing this with, I'm just wiping with my chamois here to take off any excess ink so I don't get it on my project. So let's just keep going here. All right, and we don't have to stamp actually every single bit of this panel because we are going to put our tag over the middle. So if you just keep that kind of around, you'll know where you need to stamp and where you don't. So we'll just keep going with this for now. And you can see I'm just kind of rotating every time. It's not really any kind of science here. We're just doing it over and over. And if you get a little image here and there that's not perfect, like that one you see, it won't actually matter. When you put it on, you can cover it if you want. And even if you don't, there's going to be so many of these little things that I don't think you'll really notice. So we're just going to keep going with this. And I'm doing this kind of in a hurry here today too, because I don't want to take up too much of your time with my video. But you can take your time and just have a real go at it at your leisure. So let's see. And then I'll check and see how far into the middle I need to go as well, because we don't need to go the whole way in the middle. Here, we'll do that one there. And maybe we'll make one over like that. And here we go. Oh, you like the cards, Kathy. Oh, great. I'm so glad. Yeah, this set has been just so much fun to work with. I love the dies that come with it. And it's always kind of sad when something that's been a favorite for a long time retires, but I'm sure we'll find lots of new things that we like in the new catalog too. So obviously I was just a little bit off on that, so we're just going to take that off the edge so we don't end up with red all over our project. Don't want it to look like a crime scene or anything. Although you can see, maybe you can from my fingers here, I ended up with some red because I was using red earlier today too. This Sweet Sorbet is a really lovely color too. I found it extremely good, especially for sentiments, and it just comes out so clearly. And so I'm going to dislike saying goodbye to it as well. But there are new colors coming out, and the new in colors look fantastic. They're really, really different than the ones last year, which I also liked, but these are completely different again. So they're kind of more on the pastel and springtime into summer sort of look. If you've seen the new in colors, let me know what you think is your favorite. So we've got Peach Pie, we've got Pretty in Pink, we've got Shy Shamrock, we've got Petunia Pop, and I think I'm missing one. What's the other one? Shy Shamrock and, oh, Summer Splash, yeah. Which is great. I like Summer Splash a great deal because I find that it looks kind of like the old Bermuda Bay, and that was one of my favorites. So I'm really looking forward to this new kind of turquoise green one. All right, so there is Sweet Sorbet. So that's a really nice color. Okay, so there's our panel. I didn't do the middle there because you really don't need to. And then we're just going to position that however we like so that it looks really nice over the front. All right, so let's take this and we're going to adhere it to our black panel. So this is just basic black. And again, the dimensions are over on my blog. You can just go have a look, click through on the Learn More link, and that'll take you right to all the dimensions, the supply list if you need anything, how to take advantage of this free class offer, and all my In Color Club and all my shares, all my other classes that are online, everything, all that good stuff is there. All right, so now we've got that built. So the next thing we're going to need to do is get our ribbon. Now for the ribbon, I have this large check ribbon that is black and very vanilla. But right now there is one that's very similar to this, which is called Black and White Gingham ribbon. Now it is retiring soon and it is only $8.77. It's on sale. Whereas this large check ribbon is $11. So if you want a little bit of a bargain, go for the Black and White Gingham ribbon. That's a really nice one. I just had run out, so I couldn't show it to you here. So I picked this one instead, which is really similar. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cut a piece that's enough over the edge that we can secure it to the back of the panel. But we're not going to do it yet. So if you've got the packets and you're re-watching this later on replay, do not secure it yet because we want to do a few more things first. And then we'll get to that soon. All right, what I'm going to do here is move the ribbon aside, and right through the middle, I'm going to apply some Stamp and Seal so that we can adhere the ribbon to the back. So I'm going to feed it through. And I like to adhere the ribbon so that I know it's kind of going to stay where I put it, rather than kind of move up and down and make the tag move up and down with it. So I like the ribbon to just stay where it needs to be. And while we're at it, we're going to apply these dimensionals. And I like to put 4 on the corners, and then I like one in the middle as well. And you can see I'm overlapping it with the ribbon to make sure the ribbon stays right where it is. It's kind of a fallback after I've used a little bit of Stamp and Seal there. All right, so we're going to take that, and now we're going to carefully position it here. So let's see, where would we like that? Kind of like this, I think. That looks pretty good. Doesn't have to be too precise there. Okay, and now we can go ahead and use glue dots to adhere our ribbon to the back. Okay. So in your packets that you'll get with your $60 or more order with me in April, you will also get a length of this ribbon, and you'll get the embellishments and all that you need to make this card, except for the stamps, ink, and your adhesives. Okay. All right, so there we've got that done. And now we can take another little length of this ribbon, and we're going to feed it through the part we put on here. And we're just going to tie it. Okay. We're not going to make a bow. I know bows are something a lot of people love to hate. So we're not going to stress anybody out. We're going to keep this simple. How about that? And we're just going to put on this ribbon and tie it. So let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's give it 5 of those black lengths. I like it to be uniform on both sides. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm going to move that one up a little more though, because they're a little bit different in the middle there. Okay, so you can trim it to suit yourself, however much you want on there. And then you can even move it around if you'd like it to go the other direction like that. That'll work really well too. Okay, so there's the ribbon. And now we've got to make our cherry. So we don't have a cherry yet. And the cherry is made with this terrific punch that I've really enjoyed using. It was $30. It's now on sale for $15 until it retires or sells out, whichever's first. And it is a great one. I've made so many cards. In the search function on my website, if you just click through to my website under Learn More, there's a search function there. You can just search for Cherry Builder Punch, and you can see all the things that I made with this. Or sweetest cherries. So cherry or cherries probably would bring it up. And I've just made so many cards with this. I really like it. So let's go ahead and we will punch out one of these stems. Oops, I think I have it on the wrong side there. Oh, maybe I had it right the first time. Oh well, anyway, it's all right. This will work. Okay, there is a stem. Okay. And we're going to punch out a leaf. And this is Parakeet Party, another color that is retiring. So there is a leaf. And then we're going to use this Sweet Sorbet, and we're going to punch out a cherry. So just as easy as that, you've got all the pieces to your cherry, which is super nice because it's so quick. And it's great if you're new to card making. You don't need a die cut machine. You can just get a little punch. And they've got punches for labels and all kinds of other things as well. So we're going to build this with the punch. So let's just put that on the side there. Now, how we're going to do that is we're going to use our liquid glue here. Whoops, don't want to bend it. This is the Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue, and it is actually going up in price as of May 1st. So it's going up from $7.50 to $8.25, so 75 cents. So if that is something that you need, now is the time to get it. There's a lot of other basics that are also going up at that time, like cardstock packages are going up quite a bit. So stock up on your cardstock now if you want to save on that. I'm trying to do that myself and buy them now so I don't have to pay the higher price right away. There's also other things that are going up in price as well. And it's mostly to do with the basics. Some of the die cutting machines are going up as well. And yeah, various things. So it's a good time now to get whatever you need so that you are ready to go and don't have to pay the new prices for a while. Okay, so you can see I'm using very little glue there. I just got a little blob there because it had dried up on the end. I hadn't closed it up quickly enough, apparently. All right, so let's just press that on there. And simple as that, that's how well this glue grips. You can just make it that quickly. So there is the cherry. Now we're going to use some dimensionals on the back. Okay, so there's one, and there's two, and then we'll adhere them to the tag. Okay. So let's put that kind of down here like this. That looks pretty nice. There we go. Now we need a card base. We don't have our card base on here yet. So this is the basic white thick cardstock. It is also going up in price as of May 1st. So if you need some, now is a great time to get it and not have to pay the higher price for a while. All right, and we're going to use dimensionals. Happily, those are not going up in price. They are staying at their low price of $6 for 300, which is a really nice price when you get that many. So let's get this on here. And then we'll just have one more step in our card. So if you have any questions about this card or any of the other things you see on my website that I've made in the past, or about my shares, my product shares from the new catalog, if you need a new catalog, if you would like to find out more about my classes available across Canada, anything at all, please do message me. I'd be very happy to take your questions and to get to know you better. All right. So this is the embellishment I'm going to use. These are unfortunately no longer available. They did sell out already before they even got a chance to retire, and they won't be restocked. But you could also use any other kinds of embellishments that you might have on hand that would match. In case you have these ones at home and want to use them, I will tell you what they are. They're the 2022 to 2024 in color pearls, but they are not going to be restocked and they are gone from the website now. But another really good choice that you can still buy are these classic matte dots, and I think the black ones would look really great on this card as well if you're making this card at home. If you're getting the packets from me with your $60 order, the packets are free, and I include the embellishments as well, so you'll get these little embellishments with them. But these classic matte dots, because they are also retiring at the end of April, they are on sale and they're only $5.85 right now. So it's a really nice deal. And I've used these and bought them so many times. So I've really liked those ones. So here is our finished card. And thank you very much for joining me today. Again, if you have any questions at all, please send me a message or leave me a comment here. And I would be very happy to meet you online and get to know you better and to help you out with your crafting needs. All right, thanks so much again, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.